Hello again. Well, what did I see? What did I see? I know what I saw. It actually made me sick. I saw Susan Rice. Yeah, she is back on the campaign trail of hers to spew more of her propaganda. Yeah, she said that Sergeant Bowe Berghdahl served with distinction and honor. Well, that's not what a lot of the folks that sort of were in his battalion are saying about him. Supposedly, he walked off the base. He wasn't on the field of battle. He just walked off the base. And he took his compass, his knife, left his weapons, except for a knife, took water, took some food, and took his cell phone. And the very next day, according to what's readily available all over the web, he made a phone call. He called back to his base, and he said he had deserted. And yet, Susan Rice said that he served with honor and distinction. Maybe he did in the Taliban, but not in the military. Now this whole thing is sickening. And I don't know why this administration is so stupid to put her on to the talk shows spewing her lies. She's identical to Obama. There's nothing that she says that you can believe. It's really totally insane. And then you got Chucky Hagel. Well, what did he say? Well, he was asked if they negotiated with the Taliban. He said absolutely not. Well, if you didn't negotiate, it's one of two things. You either negotiated or you were dictated to. There are no other alternatives. You either negotiated or you were dictated to by the Taliban. So which one is it? And how is it that the Secretary of Defense couldn't have informed Congress? They obviously had time from the time that they were first contacted by the Taliban, or they themselves contacted the Taliban. Which one is it? Either way, how is it that they didn't have sufficient time to tell Congress? As useless as Congress is, I got to believe that they wouldn't have been agreeable to the terms that were worked out between the Taliban and this criminal dysfunctional administration. You don't negotiate with the enemies of America. And by having done what they did, they've set a precedence. They've set a value. And the value is 5 of theirs for 1 of ours. So how many of ours are going to be captured and offered in trade? It isn't that they don't think they will deal. We already did deal. So for Chucky Hagel to say what he said, same as Susan Rice, lies. Lies, lies, and more lies. I can't understand how any congressional representative that isn't screwed up the way Nancy Pelosi is, or Dianne Frankenstein, or Barbara Boxer, or Maxine Waters. I can't understand how any sane representative can sleep at night, knowing what's being done to our country, knowing what's been done to the American people, the ones that they all swore an oath to protect from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. Well, they're not doing it, and they haven't been doing it. Matter of fact, they haven't done it. This could have been stopped at the very beginning. Nancy Pelosi needed to have been questioned as to how she vetted someone that we know nothing about. Our government, the previous administration, was totally out of their minds to allow this usurper to do what he did. He's like a cancer that's metastasized throughout the country, pretty much throughout the world. You know, I got up early, It's a little after 1 o'clock in the morning. I was laying in bed and my mind was racing with all this insanity. And I just felt I had to talk about it. You know what's really frustrating to me? Not enough people are listening. Not enough people are awake to know what's happening to our country. Not enough people are demanding from their congressional representatives that they begin by honoring their oaths and protecting the American people from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. So far, that hasn't happened. You have all these phony scandals. You know, when I was a kid, I was told that where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Well, folks, the country's on fire, and there's a hell of a lot of smoke. I don't know if it's too late. I do know, as I said a moment ago, the cancer's metastasized. The cancer is metastasized throughout the country. Obama's got his minions pretty much everywhere. And that's why he does the things that he does, that he knows is against the Constitution, but there's nobody that can stop him. I used to think that the military might, but they haven't. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting